A doctor, who recently returned from Guinea, has tested positive for Ebola, the first case of the deadly virus in New York City, and the fourth diagnosed in the United States. Here is a timeline of Craig Spencer's movements since he got back from the West African nation. Spencer came back to the United States last week after treating Ebola patients in Guinea, where he worked for Doctors Without Borders. He completed his work in Guinea on October 12 and left the country 2 days later via Brussels, Belgium. He arrived at John F. Kennedy International Airport on October 17, but he exhibited no symptoms of the virus until Thursday morning, said Dr. Mary Travis Bassett, New York City's health commissioner. The physician, who works at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, was checking his temperature twice a day. He has not seen any patients since his return. The 33-year-old did not have any symptoms just after his return, but he developed a fever, nausea, pain and fatigue Thursday morning, authorities said. He began feeling sluggish a couple of days ago, but his fever spiked to 100.3 degrees Fahrenheit the day his symptoms appeared. Spencer was in contact with a few people after he started exhibiting symptoms, authorities said. Ebola is not contagious until someone has symptoms. 3 people, his fiancée and 2 friends, are being placed on quarantine and monitored, health officials said. Spencer also went for a 3-mile jog and visited a bowling alley in Brooklyn on Wednesday evening, before feeling symptomatic, according to Bassett. The bowling alley closed Thursday as a precaution, but it said that health officials have determined there are no risks to customers. The Gutter Bowling Alley said in a statement Friday that it was working with the city health department to have the bar cleaned and sanitized as a precautionary measure and expected to open later in the day. Spencer also traveled on 3 subway lines. At the time that the doctor was on the subway, he did not have fever. He was not symptomatic, Bassett said. Chances of anyone contracting the virus from contact with him are close to nil, she said. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo told CNN Today that the transit system was safe. He said he would ride the subway himself Friday. Spencer is at New York's Bellevue Hospital Center, where he has been in isolation since emergency personnel took him there. It's one of 8 hospitals statewide designated by Cuomo as part of an Ebola preparedness plan. We are as ready as one could be, Cuomo said. His state will be different from Texas, he said, where a Liberian man was diagnosed with Ebola and 2 nurses who greeted him later contracted the virus. The man, Thomas Eric Duncan, died October 8. We had the advantage of learning from the Dallas experience, he said. Duncan, who had flown from Liberia to Dallas, was the first person diagnosed with the disease in the United States. 2 nurses who helped care for him are undergoing treatment, raising concerns about the nation's ability to deal with an outbreak. But one of the nurses, Nina Pham, has been declared free of the virus on October 24. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio said his city followed every protocol in its handling of Spencer's case. For starters, Spencer was admitted to a hospital as soon as he developed symptoms, unlike Duncan, who was sent home with antibiotics the first time he went to Texas Presbyterian Hospital. Duncan returned days later and was hospitalized. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has dispatched a team to New York to help with the case. We want to state at the outset there is no reason for New Yorkers to be alarmed, the mayor said.